Good morning. Oh, good morning. Good morning. I'm home. And I'm back into the second day. So hopefully we're back into normal routine. For the most part, I got most of the stuff. For the most part, majority most. I've somewhat got everything put away, back to organized. Still working with the laundry, but I mean, really, laundry has always interrupted fiber art, hasn't it? I'm sure back in the 1800s, the ladies were like, oh, I got laundry. Whole mess of laundry. I have to go boil my laundry. Okay, so what am I working on? Okay, coffee. You wait right there for me. Just a regular, normal, strong cup of coffee today. I feel like I have little piles of project everywhere. And I just looked at you and where you're sitting. So you're sitting on my 3-tiered craft cart, whip cart. And right under you, oh my gosh. This is my knitted socks. The knitted socks that have been on my mind and just have been eating away at me and hasn't been done. And we're like on year, what, 3? Jibba Bean wools. I purchased this yarn at Jimmy Bean Wools. It is a Malabrigo little one of sock. I went to that Stitch and Ravelry, the grand opening, and I bought a sock ruler. Did I share that with you? I'm sure I did. Socks are intended to be worn with 10% negative ease. Measurements as shown are finished sock length, not foot length. They got the woman's shoe size, so if you know who you're making it for, you know their shoe size, and then the inches and depths. And this little ruler was made by, what is that company? Well, it says Knit Kits on it, but that's not the company that made it. I have to think about that. So easily distracted. Oh, and I got a little chickadee. This little chickadee stitch marker. It's made by Amanda. What is Amanda's channel? Amanda has a cute little channel name. She goes live quite a bit. Not Tap Mama, the other Amanda. I'm all mixed up. Amanda. She had a fun little giveaway for a celebration, and I won the little stitch marker. Anyway, this is probably one of the problems. It's one of the things that are sitting around, and I just feel like I have so many loose ends that I really just need to tie together. Before I left, I was kind of working out of this basket. This basket was going places with me. I finished this one's for donation. Almost finished. Got to weave that in. Is a neck warmer, a cowl that folds over. So I need to designate a space. Maybe this would be a good idea. Maybe I'll just put them all back in here and hang it somewhere. I need to put together all of the items that I'm making for donations because I want to get them over there while it's still cold. While we were at Dillon's Beach, I made this cute little bucket hat. This pattern is by Yarnspirations. There are so many granny stitch bucket hats. This one is on the slightly smaller side. It fits me, it's snug, it would work into its stitches and become someone's perfect size very quickly. I have a lot of hair, and I thought that maybe unfortunately, if my hair wasn't there, this would be a nice snug fit. If I make that pattern again, I'll go up a half a hook size. So these are 2 official items that need to be washed, need to be packaged, and put in a container, a bag of something to journey on. I have one other, which I've stacked some other stuff all over the top of it. I do still have the ball bands for both of those fibers to attach to the project. So if someone is picking that they'd like to have it, I would like them to know what fibers in it, just for personal comfort. Don't want any sensitive skin getting any allergies. So this neck warmer, also with the Cascade yarns, is about, I'm going to say halfway finished. And I still have plenty of yarn to finish the other half. And I put the hook with the project. So I think this is a good idea. I'll just keep all this in here. Then all that stuff that was on top of there is a notepad of scratch with, how many pages have I worked? 1, 2, 3 pages of rewrite. And at the top, I've named it Ghost Chick. I've been making those chickens, well, before I left for a week, and I don't even have a ghost chicken here to share. But each step of the way, the pattern has changed a bit, which is good. That's the creative process. There is no ghost chick sitting here to share with you. So, I don't know if I've written it out of my system and I'm ready to move forward with other things, or if in the back of my mind I'm still tinkering with this project. And that's what makes notes so incredible. I wrote the pattern as I was freehanding it, and then I came back and rewrote the pattern in sections 2 more times. And at the very end, let's see, do I have a final something the whole walkthrough? It says try number 3 prototype, and I start with the head and the body. The beak I was solid on. The beak is absolutely adorable. When I attached the beak, it had this nice little lace work pattern, very intricate, but so small and simple. Amazing for the beak. Head, body, the comb, solid. The comb and the beak were solid. And I think that was only the 2 other parts were just the head and the body type. Either way, I was working on it while I was packing. I did not work on it while I was unpacking. I did write the hook size down, so I don't think these things need to stay together anymore. If I have the itch for a ghost chick, I'll come back to it. Oh, when when we were packing to get ready to go, I had to run over to the dollar ripoff store. Oh, that's a whole nother rant. Rant over. I love Cookie Monster. Love him, love him, love him. I found a hook container. They're selling hook storage now. Oh, I don't think I cut that. He's taped. You know what? I got one of these funky plastic crochet hooks from a kit. It's not actually usable for a crochet hook, but look, it takes tape off well. Inside him, he was $3. I know, but it's a good looking Cookie Monster. Sometimes you get Cookie Monsters and they don't look friendly and cookieable. Oh my goodness. He has a puzzle inside of him, and I'm not interested in the puzzle at all. I'll put the puzzle in a little bag, and next time I see my Charlie girl, I'll give her a random puzzle. But I'm keeping the tin. That's a nice big one for notions and crochet projects. Even if I was working on a ghost chick or something, or a little amigurumi, I can store it in there as like a whip container. I don't know. It's Cookie Monster. Okay. Off of that. Come on. Back to the yarny stuff. So I've got little things that just, you know, this stuff ends up getting piled somewhere and then it doesn't get put away. So we're gonna leave that there. I need to put that in the yarn cellar. Actually, it's a scrap. It should just go with the scrap stuff, which is what I was pulling from when I was doing like my test overs. So then I have my projects that I took with me. I did the hat. I took some notions that I ended up not even using. Nice set of strong needles for sewing in ends. Who's gonna sew in ends on a vacation? No. I'm just tucking these into. This is a little, lays flat is why I like it, but it holds your phone for you. I used this as I was working off the patterns on my phone to kind of hold it so the wind wouldn't blow it over. It wasn't sitting in the sand. You know, new phones, you don't want dirt in all the cracks and crevices. The little bucket hat only used one skein. I used 2 others for accents pieces. I don't think I used the green on it at all, but I have enough to make one more, and I want to make it slightly bigger. So, because it's going to be a donation, I'm gonna tuck that down in the side. So this will be my go-to active, work on it in leisure. Then, the cardigan. This is officially my back panel. The shoulders will be attached here. So we've got a shoulder seam, a neckline, a shoulder seam. Worked the back panel. It smells like campfire. Oh, I need to go back. Oh, it's okay. There is the back panel. This is the waistline, is officially how they called that little lacy section. It's 2 rows of double crochet. You're working 2 rows of the V-stitch, 2 rows of the double crochet. Gives you a nice little waistband. And then there is the bottom. I thought that it was 20 rows at the bottom. So glad I didn't cut off, because it is actually 23, which makes it very nice and drapey. And because there's 2 single crochets between each one of those V-stitch clusters, it goes out a little. Ooh, it's gonna be so nice. So that is my color palette. My little house dress is the exact same colors. Okay, well, maybe I'm on a color journey here. Okay, so there's the back panel, complete. I put the yarn in a Ziploc bag because I did not want my cakes to get all unwound and funky out there where everything was being shifted in the RV from one end to the other. Sparkly scissors. So I need to make a front panel right and a front panel left in the identical sequence. I have plenty of the blue ripple cake. What was that color called? Clearview. Plenty. I'm gonna have extra of this. Yes, extra to play with. I'm thinking bucket hats. It's a nice cotton. It's got a ripply texture in it. I don't think it's 100% cotton. I think there was a slight bit of something else. No, it's 100% cotton. I think this would be marvelous hats, not necessarily just a bucket, but I do want to make a ripple bucket hat. These would be marvelous for helping with the donations, especially since these came to me in such a kind-hearted way. So front panel left, front panel right, plenty. This is my waistband color, Plum Fade. Plenty for the waistband. I mean, the waistband's gonna go on the front panel, the back panel, and then the sleeves. There will be sleeves out of this, but the way the cardigan is designed from your neckline, it's got, well, kind of like this. It's got that one of those low hanging shoulders. So your sleeve is not very much at all. And I think I'm gonna have plenty all the way around to do some creative work with donation hats. Then I have plenty of the mauve color. Plenty of the mauve color. Again, it's going to be enough to do the cluster work on the bottom. It does have cluster work on the sleeves. Let's do that one more time. All right. Got it up there. Okay, so those items need to stay near and dear. Oh, so I forgot, I did have a tiny bit left over from the first bucket hat. If I make it with a half a hook size bigger, I don't know if I'll need this, but let's just keep it all together. Come on, Amy, you gotta stay organized. And I got a whole bunch of stuff in the bottom of here. This cake I did not put in the palette. This cake I want to make a shawl out of. Something warm, just a nice little shawl. It's a nice bright cherry color. I think that would be a good item for donation. I don't want to do a scarf, but maybe like a nice shawl. Or even if it was a nice shawl, you could use it as a lap blanket. Just something lacy and airy just to tuck around you or over you if you need to go out of the house to an appointment. I think that would be a really good idea. I'm gonna put that in that container to keep them all together. So because my mind bounces around and I do all kinds of things at random times, I brought all my hooks, well, of a certain kind. I bought this leather case on Etsy. It says Hooked on Wishing Crochet on there, and I purchased it to put my mermaid hooks. I have a whole set. I believe these came from Amazon. I have a whole set plus some because I wasn't sure if at the last minute I was going to take that sock yarn with me. So these are my my little Daiso hooks. Those don't go. Those will stay here. But I have all my my set of Amazon mermaid hooks that I keep in this case. It's a nice little set for just pick up and go. I took my ghosty hook to show my sister-in-law, and I forgot to show her. She would have loved that. She's doing the pastel Halloween, and all of her ghosties has a little bow. I made her one, oh gosh, last year after visiting with her and realizing how much she liked them. I made her one and I gave it to her on this last trip. And I also gave her the two candy corns, the Wooble candy corns, the little girl and the little boy. I finally found them both, put them both together. Here's a picture of the candy corns. Gifted those to her. She was tickled. She has an office and she works on the phone quite a bit. So after, disappointing upsetting phone calls, she needs something cheery. So she decorates her office to keep her excited, keep her working, energized for the day. And the last thing in my bag is sweet little Poe. This was an incredibly fun Woobles kit. I had such a good time making him and remaking him. remaking him. Even beginner kits can throw a curveball at you, right? I skipped. So there's increase, stay with the count a few rows, increase, stay with the count a few rows to make an egg shape. I skipped a couple of the stay with it rows. I don't know, maybe that's when I was munching on some s'mores or making another 10 cups of hot cocoa. I don't know. But my first Poe wasn't very Poe. But it's before I attached all the stuff, so I reworked him. I did already have those safety eyes in there. Safety eyes. There is a controversy. Every time I get ready to put in safety eyes, I'm never sure. Does the back cap go on this way? Or does the back cap go on this way? The domed part of the actual safety back piece. So because I was camping and I had complete leisure, I Googled it and I could clearly see that people were putting them on different ways. I think some of the manufacturers intend for them to go on different ways. Wooble kits go on this way, which makes sense because if you have the back of the eye, the front of the eye is flat, and then your fabric goes between them, right? Well, if you put it on like that, it kind of pulls it in a little and gives them a cute little indent to their face. I did not click him super, super tight because from the last one, I had to unclick those safety eyes, which were, I could get it apart with a screwdriver. They're safe if you need a screwdriver to pry them apart. There he is. My anglerfish, Poe. He is adorable. I took tons of pictures. Here's another picture in case you didn't see the other one before. He had such a good time swimming about. The lights in the RV were off most of the time just because we didn't want to run the generator after a certain time or run down the battery or that sort of thing. So I couldn't really get him under a good light to, you know, energize the glow-in-the-dark yarn. Fully intend on playing with that. I did get some nice pictures out, but with other trailers having their lights on and the campfire and big, beautiful moon. Sent tons of sprinkles on the top of the sparkles on the top of the water. He took some amazing pictures. Dear Poe. I'm going to put him over there with the threads. Put him in the light, play with him a little bit, but he's going to be a display piece. So I did that. I don't know, just some random little tidbit of yarn. You know, this is the type of thing that I have a hard time throwing away. I told you my sister-in-law, she likes the ghosties with the little pink bow, and she works in her planners, and everything is decorated with pastel pinks. And she had someone make her a planner case, crocheted when she was in visiting with family. And she said she wanted a bow on it, a pink bow. And so I was trying to get a good idea of like what type of bow. Oh my gosh, crocheters, we have so many different styles of bow. Come to find out, she really just wanted a very, very simple, basic, just a little elegant, classic bow. In pink, of course, not in the blue. But I did have the blue cotton with me. But I chained. Yeah, I just chained for a while and then tied it in a little bow. And she said she'd like a couple of those. So I will make her a couple of those in a few different pastels. For now, I'll set it here. No, it took me a whole year. Oh my goodness, it took me a whole year to get the other stuff to her. Okay, so I'm gonna keep this cardigan in here. This is my dedicated active whip. I refuse to let any dust get on this project. That's my declaration. Hold me to it. Please hold me to it. Keep asking me about it until you see the final product. This basket, I think I'm going to keep in the car because when I go little places or I'm sitting for appointments, I need something just to work on and keep my hands busy. So this will go with me in the car. This is going to be my car project. And that's my living room, work on it, spend majority of my time on it. Those little socks down there, they're back down there. So I moved them from the top shelf behind your shoulders to the bottom shelf behind your back. I can knit. I can purl too. That sounds fancy. I could do both those things. I can make socks. I've made quite a few pairs of socks. For some reason, that good yarn intimidated me enough that I need to make them correctly. It's a video. The lady shows you step by step how to make these vanilla socks. I don't know what my hang up is. It's my lingering hang up. Anyway, I got a little bit of time. Better get everything together and it's time to start my day. Cup of coffee number 2. I'm ready to start my day. I'm gonna go get dressed, get cleaned up. Thank you for visiting with me. So good to be home. I love to travel, love to go. Man, it feels so good to be home and in my space. I'll see you soon. I hope you're taking care of yourself. Stay warm. It's starting to get chilly. The weather changed. Take care, friends. Bye.